for my streams, like I don't stream for too long because like after a couple of hours, like I want to get up, I want to move because I think that's like what the human body is like meant to do. Like I don't think we're meant to sit at a chair for 8 hours. I think by nature humans are supposed to be very active and move around a lot. So I think for us, like by sitting around like all day not doing anything, that's gonna cause some health issues. And I think in this day and age, it's very easy to be sedentary. Because I mean, like think about it, like here I am playing a game and the game's fun. Like this is a great game to play. So I can definitely see the appeal of just like sitting down and like playing this for like 8 hours a day. And I don't blame anyone for doing that because like again, like it's fun and man, video games are almost like addictive in nature. Kyo rants about loot boxes, but it's I think that's all I really have to say about that. Whereas I think alternatively too, like you get different set of issues if you're like in a very physical job. Like I know my friend was working in carpentry, and he said he wanted to get out of it because he didn't want to age before his time because like you do intense physical labor, which is like it's funny because it's on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's like you go from intense physical labor to oh. Neat. Yeah, I'm not sure it's supposed to keep you up to seeing probably by stuff over it. Oh no, I do the same too. It's bad. That's why they say I think for like posture, like sitting on a medicine ball can really do wonders for you. So let's repair all these. Cause we got all these solar array parts for nothing, I guess. Talking about medicine balls, I guess. I heard like that's one of the best ways to make sure like you have a good posture. Nice, we did it. Oh, we leveled up! Yay! So I think we definitely want to do barter. Get lockpick. Survival. We'll do 10 points of survival. And I think we'll do... We can start doing explosives, I think. Another point to barter. My dad used to work in a factory when I was really young. I used to come home tired and fall asleep in the hallway, and then I'd lay there with him. So I'm definitely a daddy's girl. It's a bit... Going to his other job right now. Oh my goodness. Sleeping in a hallway. Dang. So you leave to go to his other job, mom. Oh my goodness. Oh. Man, that pulls at the heartstrings a little bit. I was very fortunate that like my parents, like I just had a good upbringing. Like I have to say, like I'm very, hold on, we're gonna close the window because the wind. I'm hearing the wind and it's bothering me. We have done it. We have closed the window. I grew up in a very fortunate family. Like my mom and dad were like they're good people. So I didn't have any like family problems, and like they worked good jobs. Like I was definitely, I think I grew up in like an upper middle class family, so I had a lot of luxuries in life. Like for example, like my mom was able to set aside money for me going to university. So for me, like I haven't really known a lot of the stuff that you're talking about, but there's families who like their dads or like the moms have to do like 2 jobs, and like that's very tough on people. And at the same time too, like they have to do like these like 2 jobs or something, but they don't have any other choice. Like they have to work these jobs if they want support for their families. Whereas, like even like people like me, like there's some people like my age who are in prison or in poverty, or like they have to work 2 jobs just to stay afloat. And like I'm really lucky because I only have to work the 1 job. Like I have a great relationship with my bosses. Like it's a really good job, and I guess basically all I'm trying to say is I'm very gracious for what I have because it's so easy to not think about the alternatives. Like it's very easy to take for granted what I do have. Sorry, now that kind of went into a tangent there, but no, just reading that about like your dad having to sleep in the hallway and doing like 2 jobs. Like I'm thankful that I never had to do that, and I don't mean I really hope I don't come off as like, oh, like, sucks to be you. I'm happy to be who I am. But like, just reading that like makes me think about that kind of stuff. And again, I don't mean it in any disparaging way. Like, and that's why I think it's really cool that you're, being a vegetarian for your dad. But I just think for me, like, oh man, I'm thankful for my life. Is all I'm trying to say. We moved to America when we had very little. We only had $20 and a few clothes, and now they're very well off. Their house paid off, and now they have their own business. Yeah, we started growing a pretty good deal. My family had to leave because, well, see, and that's just it too. Like, I think that's why we can learn a lot from immigrants, because I think a lot of people, like a lot of immigrants, like they come from hard situations, and like, especially in Canada, one thing I hear a lot from immigrants is that I think we're gonna take adamantium skeleton because I take a lot of limb damage, though. Does this do it? Legion? Yes, we'll fight power. A lot of immigrants, like, they have to leave their countries because of war or some other things, like, and the people who come here to Canada, as I was saying before I got distracted, is that one of the big things I hear a lot is that, it's like, yeah, people love Canada because they feel safe in Canada. And like, for me, someone who grew up in Canada, like, I just don't know any better. Like, this safety that others experience in Canada, like, and I just have, like, I take it for granted that I don't have to worry about wars or other things. Again, I think all I'm really saying is, like, I don't really realize how good I have it because I haven't really known any serious hardship. Like, I've really lived in the lap of luxury my entire life. And like, I just don't know any better. So I think it's good to be thankful for that, because the alternatives, I think, would suck by quite a bit. And as you're saying, like, your parents came over to America, and I'm glad they're doing better now. But that's just it. Like, these opportunities that I have, it's really easy to forget that not everyone gets the same opportunities as I do, and it's important to,
I don't know how you
not forget that.
the bombardment.
I don't know how I did either. So this
Hello,
became a
outsider.
very real conversation. I've heard the acceleration increased in efficiency.
An impressive piece of work. I'll keep that in mind if jobs come up in the future.
And yeah, again, like, having to leave because of war, like, I can't imagine what that's like at all. Like, and again, like, all the people I've talked to who are immigrants, like, they've always been like positive, happy people, and I think that's just it, because they have the perspective, because they've grew up in like hard times or bad things have really happened to them. Like, I just remember one of the students in my dad's class, like, he was saying, like, at the age of 12, like, he was part of the militia, and like, he was holding a gun, like, he had to fire a gun at the age of 12 or 13, and that's something I can't even conceive of doing. Or it's like, I was the caretaker for the family when I was a teenager, like, sole provider. Like, that's a hardship I've never known. And like, some people, like, they complain about
lived your whole life
like their
wow. I always thought
their first world problems, like, oh no, like, I was trick-or-treating, I didn't get enough candy or as much candy as I want to. And it's just like, it's absurd, because sometimes like people complain about stuff, and it's just like, we just don't know how good we have. Like, some people's like, oh yeah, like, loot boxes in video games, or like tipping. It's like, oh man, like, the tipping is like so corrupt. It's like sure, like, yes, like, there's some things in our society that are whatchamacallit, maybe not ideal, but then like, you consider like what we do have. Like, for me, like, I have health care, I have a bed to sleep in, like, I have a house, like, I can easily get groceries. Like, I don't need to think about finances when I get groceries. Like, I have all these things, when people in other parts of the country, other parts of the world, and I guess the country, where it's like, someone has to walk like 18 miles for the next meal. Like, 18 miles just to get the next meal. And it's just like, oh my god. And we put it into that perspective, it's like, I am so lucky to be here. Yeah, it's good to be grateful for what you have, because it'll all be gone on the sound of the finger one day. It's entirely true. It's so easy to
I work with Loyal. Mostly
lose what we have, and that's just it. Like, we don't know what we have until we lose it sometimes.
Alive, right?
And I hope I'm never in a position where I am reflective on like all what I had, because things change. Like, I guess, like, for me, this is a very trivial thing in the context of much larger things.
Loyal's a great man. The man knows how to if you help.
We're gonna finish this guy talk, but for example, like, in June, I still had my dogs, or no, July. In July, I still had my dogs. And if you told me that in August I wouldn't have my dogs anymore, I wouldn't have believed you. But like here we are, like going from July to August, like I just didn't have my dogs anymore, and like now they're gone. It's just like, man, like life changes so fast. Like I went from having 2 dogs to not having any dogs at all. Like, not to say that my life's hard, but that was more of an example to illustrate like, yes, life can change very quickly.
Did I say that? Sometimes I just say stupid things. Sorry about that. Pearl will tell you when the time comes. I should really be
His
going.
face seems a little bit weird. Whoa, hold on. I want to talk to you again.
Hey there. Back for... What I could use is some scrap metal. The other thing, you being from the...
Oh, I'm curious. Where I come from, we discuss personal matters all the time. Yeah, we do.
That must be nice. Sharing yourself like that. Not being embarrassed or anything.
How was my recent chill one day, go home and weekend?
The thing is, there's this girl.
You just can handle it. Oh, man. See, and something I want to clarify about like my dogs first is that we had to put them up for adoption. It's not like we had to like put them down or anything. We had to put them up for adoption, like, which is like, it's sad because I don't have my dogs anymore. But that being said, like, we were never going to have the dogs forever anyways. And the fact that I was able to say goodbye to my dogs and we were able to give them to a good home, that helps a lot. Though I've been in a situation once where I left to visit a friend for a weekend. Like, I went out of town and I came back, and one of my dogs passed away during that weekend, and that kind of sucked because I wasn't able to say goodbye to my dog, which it hurt because I think dogs, like pets, really are family. And sorry to hear about your loss too. Like, not to turn this about like all about me and my dogs, but yeah, no, I can relate to you losing a dog. Like, it's tough, man. Like, pets are family, and then their passing is just a part of life.
Oh, you can't miss her. She has short red hair, and she's the
Speaking of love and important
woman who
things, this
ever
guy's
lived.
talking about this girl.
You'd really talk to her for me? What if she feels the same way?
Yeah, I'll
What
talk
if
to
she
her.
comes here like you did? What if she gets blown up? What if she doesn't like me?
No, man, you got
jeez.
to ask the question. You got to
I
hope.
better just let you handle it. I'm better with machines. They don't make my stomach queasy like this.
Yeah, love's a tough thing. I'll look into it. Strange things that happen. No, it's like,
That would be amazing.
that's the problem with
As
pets.
in,
They don't last
I
with you
would
forever.
thank
Like,
you
you have them for a
forever.
few years. Like, they live for a while, and then they don't. So, but that being said, like, if someone asks you, like, oh, do you regret having your dogs because you had to give them up at some point? Like, the answer is no. Like, I loved having those dogs, and I'm sure you feel the same way too. Like, even though yes, your dog passed away, I'm assuming that's what happened anyways. Like, you were happy to have your dog in the first place, and I think that's kind of, I guess, related to the game. It's better to have loved than never to have loved at all. Or, sorry, to have, well, I butchered that. We're going for a really serious, like, conversation, like, heart to heart. Like, I'm like, yeah, like, emotions, all that stuff. And then I whiffed it. I'm like, blah! Good job, me. Good job. Yeah, we'll go to the Griffins and Caravan. Anyways, I think I was saying something. Oh, yeah, okay, I think the quote went more like, it's better to have loved and then had your heart broken than to never have loved at all. And I think, that's applicable to, dogs. Like, I think having the dogs was a worthwhile experience, even though I don't have them right now. And yes, I do miss my dogs every now and then, but it's like, at least we had the opportunity to be together. Hello, you.
You should go talk to Blake or Alice. They handle most of our contact with visitors.
I don't suppose that you watch the boomers over the nails there sometimes, do you?
I watch all sorts of things with my binoculars. Who wants to know? And why?
Evan, side note, this young man who there has a crush on you.
Nice-looking blonde boy? I always wondered if he was watching me back.
Yeah, we're playing Cupid right now. This is good. He's maybe a little bit naive. So he's convinced you're the love of his life.
Really? Oh, that's so sweet. I'd love to go meet him. Is there any way the boomers would let me visit Nellis?
No, we're not gonna lie. We're not evil. I'll ask Pearl to make an exception for you.
This is so exciting. Let me know how it turns out.
These are our new territories.
I saw someone play this game on Twitch, and they completely lied about it. I'm like, yeah, you're clear to go in. And she's like, great. And then she ran towards the airbase, and she got blown up. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, it was entertaining. Like, I had a great time watching it, but I, in good conscience, couldn't do that. But then you might be saying, well, are you trying to suppose that you're a better person than the other guy that played this game? Absolutely not. And I saw it as no way for him to leave, even though